G'day everyone, Brian here. Jesus is in that crowded house. People think he is crazy, and the teachers of the law, who should probably know better, have assumed that Jesus is saying what he's saying because he is possessed by a demon. By the prince of demons, he is driving out demons. Now, of course, this is a nonsense, but that's their thoughts. Jesus responds to them to remind them that if a house is divided itself, it cannot stand. And if Satan opposes himself and he is divided, he cannot stand. His end has come. Oh, for that day to come true. And towards the end of it, he says something which is pretty confronting. He says this. It's Mark chapter 3 and verse 28. This is encouraging, and then it gets, wow. I tell you the truth, Jesus says, all the sins and blasphemies of men will be forgiven them, but whoever blasphemes against the Holy Spirit will never be forgiven. He is guilty of an eternal sin. Now, what do we make of that? How do we resolve that statement with the message from Christians that nothing you can do can stop you from being saved? Can we reconcile these two things? Are they both right? Are they both wrong? Well, the story in the Old Testament of a bloke named Eli, he was a priest, and he had two sons. They were Hophni and Phinehas. And they are described, they were priests too, but they are described as worthless men because they were treating the offerings of God with contempt. And when it comes to them receiving a warning, we learn that they would not take it, for the Lord had willed to put them to death. That warning to those boys or to those young men comes a few times, and still there is no change for them. Now, what does it mean that the Lord had willed to put them to death? Does that mean that God just says, righto, you're going to die, you're going to die, you're going to die? Or is there something more behind that? I think there's a lot more behind that. Here's something from a couple of blokes I read. One bloke named Alistair Begg. And he said this. I think this is brilliant. Eli's sons had rejected the sacrifice of God. And in doing so, they had rejected the very basis of forgiveness. So, having rejected the basis of forgiveness, there is therefore now no basis for forgiveness save the basis for forgiveness that has been rejected. Do you see that? To reject the basis of forgiveness. To reject Jesus, to speak evil of the Holy Spirit, the only way of salvation is to condemn yourself. So this little passage finishes with Mark saying he said this because they were saying he has an evil spirit. So friends, I want to say to you, there is nothing you can do that will keep you from the cross of Jesus Christ. There is nothing you have done that can stop you from being saved. Reach out to Jesus. If you want to know more about that, leave a comment below and we'll be happy to help you with that. But reach out to Jesus. Here is the hope of salvation. Reject him, and you carry your burden on your own. And the wages of sin is death. Friends, we want you to know the good news of Jesus, that Jesus is good news for you and for our community. We want you to know that there is always hope, and that is always in Jesus. Look to him, not to anything else. Have a great day today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye-bye.